Alright guys, it's time to talk about TAO on the channel for the first time since this candle right here on May the 31st, guys. We have a lot to talk about today. Not only TAO, we got to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many other things. Now, just jumping into TAO real quick, we can see we are just below $400 over here, guys. We do have this daily resistance at $3.99, and again, $400 will be a psychological resistance as well. Now, we did on the 2nd of August, 3rd of August, we got a bounce off this trend line, which we were able to break back on the 11th of July. So this is a good sign. We didn't fall back under. But right now, it looks like things are starting to pump. So I would like to break this kind of local area resistance. I mean, we really haven't been higher than, let's say, about $500 in a very long time. So if we look back, wow, it's been back in January of 2025, basically, when we were over $500. So we still have a ways to go. Now, we need to look at the technicals and things, and, let's do that now. Now, jumping over to the volume, you can see that we are above the point of control at $367. We're about $30 above that at the moment. And on the weekly time frame, we have already kind of retested that this week, so that's a good thing. We are at the bottom of the second largest candle right here, and once we get above about $483, it's going to become a lot easier to go up. You can see that the volume just really drops off after this, but we're basically in the middle of these four candles at the moment. So we do have a little bit more fighting to go, guys, and we're probably a little bit more than halfway there, we can say. Now, taking a look at the Bollinger Bands, guys, you can see that basically this blue line is coming up a little bit. It's a little bit flat over here, but this kind of resembles what happened over here, guys. A little bit flat here. This line was coming down, resulted in some upward action. That action actually resulted in about 180% to the upside. So are we going to see the same thing here? It's possible, guys. So yeah, it is a little bit interesting on a weekly time frame as to the pinching. Now, the daily time frame, basically most cryptos got that pinch beginning of July, as you see here. Did pinch in a little bit here in July 29 and 30, and it resulted in some downward action. But it's starting to come back in on each other. But again, I would say this weekly time frame is a little bit more interesting for me, and the longer the time frame, I think the better the pump. Now, looking at the RSI and stochastic here, we do have downward action on stochastic on the weekly time frame. The RSI is slightly pointed up here, but you can see that it's possible that this blue line might make another run to the upside, though. This is what I think is going to happen. This red line is coming down too. So yeah, maybe we get a little bit of upward action in the next week or so. On the daily time frame, getting a little bit overheated here on stochastic, and the RSI is pointed pretty heavily to the upside. So kind of a mixed signal right now for the daily time frame. The 4-hour actually is still okay. It's pointed very heavily to the upside on the stochastic. The RSI is, sloping up. But still, it's in good territory for now. The 1-hour time frame overheated here, unfortunately, but this blue line actually has just crossed the red line to the upside. But I would say, it can do something like this where it crosses a couple of times, and yeah, maybe it'll cross back to the downside here in the short term. Now, 15-minute time frame, again, getting overheated on stochastic and RSI. So what I really think might happen here, guys, it's probably going to take a breather. It might be a little bit difficult for it to get through this 399 and 400 mark at the moment. Probably, I think it will, not break this, actually. It's been on quite a run here. Let's put this on a 4-hour time frame. The last 6 4-hour candles have been, green, with the last couple of 4-hour candles being really green, and big surges to the upside, as you see here. So yeah, I think it's going to maybe hit here at least a couple more times, and then it might break, and then we're going to see a run towards $438. Now, one more indicator to consider, guys, is the MACD. Now, we do have a dark green candle here on a weekly time frame. We do have this blue line going to the upside as well. We have this, nice green period here. So I think this is going to continue the momentum on a weekly time frame. Now, the daily time frame is just starting to get some green candles, and just avoided crossing the red line here, this blue line as you see. So that's actually a good thing. I do think TAO, at least on a weekly and daily time frame, the more longer time frames, this is what I'm more concerned with, guys. It looks like momentum should be to the upside. Now, looking at the tokenomics of TAO, it's the number 43 coin. It's almost up 9% today. It's not mega, but we haven't done it in a while, so that's why I want to look at it, guys. Now, the max supply is only 21 million, so same as Bitcoin. Circulating is much less than Bitcoin at 9.5 million. That is excellent, guys. Now, the all-time high, it says here, $757. It's only 47% down according to this. And yeah, I mean, if that's correct, which I'm not 100% sure that is really correct, I think there was a wick at the very beginning. Let's go back and look real quick. We can look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, there was a huge wick up here, and it says that the high was 1249. So on a closing basis, maybe that is true, but okay, let's just say it's $757, being 47% down. Will it see this again? Probably yes. Now, if you bought it at $30, guys, amazing. I wish I could have bought it back then, guys. I don't have any of this, unfortunately, but I do wish everybody well that has this. This is actually a great buy, great project, and I think you will do very well if you do have this. Now, before I go a little farther in this video, guys, you can claim some bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. Yes, I do get some commission if you use my links, but it's very small, guys, and it helps keep me motivated, helps keep this channel going. And guys, you can get a free 7-day trial of Moodix here, and you can follow me on X here, guys. Now, jumping over to Bitcoin, guys, we have some good news. We are breaking the last couple of resistances here. And today, I think we were just below both of these resistances when I did my Tezos video. Check that out if you haven't, guys. But we are sitting just a little bit over $120,000 at the moment. And there's really no other resistances above us. Now, all-time high is up here at about 123,000. And that is really the next resistance, the all-time high. Now, one more thing I need to warn you about with Bitcoin, guys. We have this CME gap. It's about an $850 gap or so, guys. And do we need to fill it now? Well, we don't have to. Maybe we can fill it in the bear market. The further we move away from this, you know, the less likely it is to fill. Now, we did have a gap when we were at like 110 or 120 even, and we went all the way back in the 70s, if you guys remember, but that gap was a lot more significant. That was thousands and thousands of dollars, and so this is only about $850 at the moment, and yeah, we don't have to fill it really, but it's possible we still can. Now, looking at Ethereum, guys, it is flirting with breaking this Fibonacci here. And we're at $4,600 at the moment, so it's amazing, really. I have to say, if we can break this on a weekly time frame, now keep in mind it's only Tuesday. There's still about 5 days left in trading on a weekly time frame. But if it breaks this Fibonacci and we seal candles over about, let's say, 4640, then this is probably going to see massive upside here, guys. Now, amazingly enough, guys, we are sitting just slightly above $4 trillion on the total market cap. So, congratulations. If we can seal a daily candle up here, that would be the highest, you know, crypto market cap we have ever had on a daily time frame close. So, let's see. It's, you know, 3 hours basically until this closes. Now, the total market cap excluding Bitcoin pushing up against this resistance here at 1.62 trillion. So, hopefully we can break that on a daily time frame. Now keep in mind this is a weekly resistance, so we need a weekly candle above it. And this 1.71 trillion is a monthly resistance. So as long as we seal the August candle over this, that would also signal some continuation. Taking a look at Bitcoin quarterly returns and Ethereum quarterly returns side by side, you know, Bitcoin isn't doing bad, guys. It's up about 40% in 2 quarters here. And Ethereum, though, after losing 45%, it was like the 4th worst quarter ever. And it's almost up like 130% at the moment in the last 2 quarters. So it's really, really outperforming Bitcoin as of late. Now another excellent chart here, guys, is the dominance. This is the lowest that we have seen in a long time. So if I zoom out here, guys, the last time we saw this level was back in February. So we're about to see some massive, massive gains, guys. I don't think the daily candle is going to close above 60.46. Now keep in mind, this is a weekly support and resistance. So it needs to close a weekly candle below this point. But the longer the time frame the candle, the better, of course. But let me put this on a weekly time frame to show you where it got support. So if you haven't been watching my videos, you haven't seen this yet. But yes, this is what it looks like. Last week it got support here, and it doesn't mean that this can't be a wick basically by the end of the week. When Sunday turns to Monday, we need to be below this. As for the USDT dominance, guys, it is breaking down as well. Let's put this on a daily time frame. We are starting to take out this local low here. We haven't been this low in quite some time, since February again, guys. So, the USDT dominance and Bitcoin dominance, they pretty much go hand in hand. Next support is 3.8% on a weekly time frame. Now, the altcoin season index, guys, did go up slightly from a 39 to a 41 from my Tezos video about 6 hours ago, guys. So we are starting to trend a little bit up, but I do think this is going to go up drastically here soon. Now, the liquidation heat map, last 24 hours, 503 million have been wrecked. Mostly that is shorts, though. Now, fear and greed is a 68, yesterday a 70. We get a next update in about 3 hours, guys. Bull market peak indicators, still 0 from 30, have been hit, so it's 100% hold, guys. The best indicator, in my opinion, the Pi Cycle Top indicator, still has not crossed. As for the economic calendar tomorrow, guys, we don't really have anything going on except FOMC member Bostic will speak tomorrow. Let's see what he says, but probably won't move the market too much. Now, if we take a look at Moodix, we are back to sentiment risk on. And I made a tweet earlier today where we were risk on, but a little bit later we got to risk off again because we got some bad news. And we got some good news now, so we are back to risk on. So we've flipped a couple of times today. And yeah, we are risk on sentiment. Everything across the board is green. The day, the week, the month, the year. So this is looking good, guys. This trend is growing, and risk on is crypto. Now, taking a look at the FedWatch tools, guys, it's a 94.4% chance that we're going to get a quarter point cut at least. Now, keep in mind, PPI is coming on Thursday. We do have 2 PPIs before September 17th, and we have 1 more CPI. We also have some other, economic data, of course, which will play a role, but CPI and PPI is most important, guys. So, yeah, right now, this is a pretty high chance, but if those other readings coming up are good, it could play a factor in maybe getting a half-point cut. So maybe we even see this shift to another, figure over here. And, yeah, I do think this will probably disappear. But, yeah, we may be in for at least a half-point cut if those numbers will be good. Jumping over to crypto bubbles, guys, it looks good in the last hour, day, week, month, and year. So this is very nice to see. Pretty much most things are equal across the board, about 6 to 8%, I would say here. So yeah, you can see TAO 8.5%. Pump is actually the most, and Jasmine looks to be the second. But most things about 6 to 8% up at the moment. Now, if you want to stake your TAO, guys, go to Coinondo. There's actually 9 deals that it has found, and Bitrue has the best. I do have some funds there. Anyways, guys, do your homework before you start sending coins around. There are limits and things. You do have to lock up your coins. And 360 days down the road, I don't think you know what's going to happen by then, guys. So I wouldn't recommend that, but it's totally up to you if you want to save your TAO forever. Anyways, if you like this video, guys, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Like I said, use those links down below, guys. It really helps the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.